for Eleanor, I used my cane, and that I came in and I told Scarlett, I don't have to use the cane, or I can use the cane. She said, walk without your cane. I walked. She said, use your cane.
Miss Squibb,
Yes.
thank you. I've been doing interviews for a very long time now, and I thought I was over any semblance of nervousness or stage fright, but I was a little nervous talking to you, getting ready to talk to you. You're a legend.
Gosh, no.
You're a legend. I was doing more research into your career.
Yeah.
I'd really just known your movies, but you've been doing this for a while.
Oh, since I was about 19, 20. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I just found out, getting ready for this chat, you were on Broadway before you were on the big screen, and you were in Gypsy.
I went into Gypsy in, I think it was 59.
Wow.
And I had been in New York about 2 years then when I got my first Broadway show.
Yeah.
And it was very exciting. I mean, Ethel Merman was doing it, and I played one of the strippers. And our number, You Gotta Get a Gimmick, is one of the numbers from the show. So it was very exciting to go out every night and do that number.
Yeah. So you learned how to dance like a stripper.
Yes, I did. I learned the bumps and the grinds and the back dip and everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
So is it all in the hips like I hear, or is it something else?
Yeah, pretty much. The bumps are. Yeah. Yeah.
So were you trained? Did you just have to improv it and figure it out? How did the stripper dancing come to you? I'm very curious.
I did the audition. I sang, and they were interested in me. So they said, go downstairs, come back up, and we'll have you move to strip music. And I didn't know what it was. So I went downstairs, and a friend of mine, a dancer, was down there, and I said, what's strip movement? And so she said, oh, just bump and grind and dip a lot. So I went upstairs, and they started playing, and I just took the stage and bumped and grind.
Okay, dipped it low.
And dipped a lot. I dipped all over that stage, I think.
And it worked.
It worked. I got the job.
How long were you with Gypsy?
6 months in New York and 6 months on the road. Ethel went on the road, and they wanted me to go with her. None of the other 3 of us strippers were going, so they wanted me to go to sort of solidify vocally and everything in all the cities.
Yeah. That's amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, that life of touring a show, sounds pretty hard. Did you like it?
I didn't mind it.
Okay.
And it was fun. I mean, we were 10 weeks in Chicago, 10 weeks in Los Angeles.
Okay.
And I think it was fun, but don't want to keep doing it. Let's just say that.
I get that.
No, I was glad when it was over with. Yeah.
Okay. Let's talk about your movie.
Uh-huh.
You were just at the Cannes Film Festival to promote it.
Yeah, Cannes and Toronto we went to too.
Look at you. How was it?
It was very exciting, and people are reacting very positively to the movie.
Yeah.
And I had been in Cannes before with Nebraska
Which
about
got
10
you an
years
Oscar
ago.
nomination.
Yeah. But I was so, I didn't know what I was doing then, even more than now.
Yeah.
Sometimes now I don't know. But I didn't want to move hardly, you know. I
Really?
mean, I was just pushed around. And this time I was so relaxed, and it was fun. It really was fun. And I could sort of open my eyes and see what was going on, you know.
Yeah.
And Toronto was great.
Okay.
A whole different
Yeah.
feeling to it.
Did you go to the after parties? I feel like there's always a party going on with these things.
There are, and I sometimes don't go to them. I did in Toronto. We had a party after our premiere, and I went for a while.
Okay. Did you bring out any of those moves from Gypsy?
No, I've forgotten those.
So this movie that you were in Toronto promoting and Cannes promoting, it is called, the movie's called Eleanor the Great. It is directed by Scarlett Johansson. You're the lead. Tell us about this movie and your role in it.
Well, it's a movie about a woman who has a best friend, and they live together in Florida. And the friend dies, and she decides to move back to New York City, where her daughter and grandson are.
Hmm.
And she does, but she doesn't know what to do with herself, and she's very lonely. And her daughter signs her up for a musical sort of class at
Hmm.
the Jewish Community Center,
Hmm.
and she, by mistake, gets into the Holocaust survivor class. And in there, Bessie, her roommate, had been a Holocaust survivor, so she had told her stories.
Hmm.
And they both talked about, we have to keep this alive. We can't let this knowledge die.
Hmm.
And so she decides to use Bessie's story and say it's hers. So she becomes a Holocaust survivor.
That's wild.
And she meets this young woman who's a journalism student
Hmm.
who wants to write about her, but they become very close. The young woman has also just lost her mother, so
Hmm.
she's grieving, and Eleanor is still grieving her friend's death. And they become very, very and they sort of feed each other what they need, what the other
It's a
one
beautiful
needs.
story.
Yeah, support.
Yeah.
And then she gets found out.
Yeah.
And there you go.
Yeah. So the whole movie
Yes.
is centered around your character telling this really big lie
Right.
that she is a Holocaust survivor when she is not.
Uh-huh.
Did this movie at all change the way that you think about lying?
About life?
Lying.
Lying.
Yeah.
Well, I've always kind of had a cavalier attitude towards lying.
Say more.
Yes. Sort of, not maybe as blatant as Eleanor's, but I just feel that there are times when, to protect other people,
Yes.
not to hurt other people,
Mhm.
and also to protect myself sometimes,
Mhm.
I don't want to admit to some things, you know.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think when I was younger, I was very, I will not tell a lie.
Yeah.
And as I've gotten older, I find there are times when you have to.
Yeah. Listen, someone told me never call a baby ugly. Just call the outfit cute.
Yeah, right. Oh, that's wonderful.
Sometimes you have
Because
to
that's
lie.
what, you know, that's what we do in the theater.
Oh, really?
If I go see a performance of a friend in the
Mhm.
theater and I don't like it, I always say, "Oh my God, that costume was wonderful." That's how I get it, and that
Yes. It's a lie for
lie
good.
that,
It's
yeah.
a
But
lie for
it
good.
helps,
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
get through it.
Yeah. Well, also, so much of what your character deals with in the movie is about what leads a person to lie.
Hmm.
And in this case, her deep grief over losing her best friend causes her to end up in this spot where she's lying. And I got to say, when your character ends up lying, I wasn't mad at her because I felt that she was going through so much. And
Yeah.
people respond to grief in so many different
Different
ways.
ways,
You
yeah.
know? Sometimes you do lie
Yeah,
when you're hurting.
yeah. And I just feel that I don't think that she never looks at it as a lie. I mean, she herself, I mean, it's like, well, it's not hurting anyone.
Exactly.
She says that to
Yeah.
Bessie when she
Yeah.
lies about Bessie.
Hmm. Hmm. When you got the script,
Mhm.
did you know right away it was for you? Did you feel it right away? What does it take for June Squibb to say, I want that role when things are given to you?
And what it takes is good writing, for
Yeah.
one thing. And I've read so many scripts now that, oh my, bad film writing is pretty bad.
And it abounds.
Yeah, but this was immediately. I think I probably read a page or two when I felt this is it. I want
Really?
to do it,
Yeah.
and that's how I decide.
Hmm.
And I really do turn down
Oh,
quite a
really?
few films.
What have
Yeah.
you turned down? I'm curious.
Well, no, I won't go into that. I won't tell you that. But um, it's immediate to me.
You just know right
yeah,
away.
and the richness of the character. What the character. But I also did something because I thought it was a vampire and it was a leprechaun drinking blood, and I
But
wanted to do it because
this was a role you took recently.
Yes. I had never done a vampire. I'd never done this sort of thing
Yeah, yeah.
before.
What movie or show was
This
this?
was Ryan Murphy's horror
Oh, you
TV
were in
shows.
American
Yeah,
Horror
it was an
Story.
anthology group of
Yeah.
1-hour shows.
So you thought you were going to be a vampire, but you ended up
But
being a
that
leprechaun who
was
sucks
great. I
blood.
loved that.
Okay.
A leprechaun. I mean, I don't get a chance to do that very
What was your
often.
voice for that?
Just my own voice.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you've got this movie out this year. Last year, you were in an action film named Thelma, in which you were on the case to get back at someone who had scammed you. 2 years of leading roles. You just got back from Cannes and the Toronto Film Festival. Would the June Squibb, who started acting a few decades ago, ever expect or believe that at 90, what, 4 or 5, you're doing this still? 95. Would you have ever predicted this?
No, I knew I belonged in theater, movie, whatever, you know,
Yeah.
acting.
Yeah.
But I don't think I ever thought too much about what would happen. You know,
Really?
where I would go with it.
Mm.
And it was never, oh, I want to be a star. I never thought like that. It
What
was
did
just,
you want?
I wanted to work as an actress. I
Yeah.
wanted to do the work.
Yeah.
And that's what I've been able to do, and
Yeah.
it's been a wonderful career as far as I'm concerned.
I mean, as far as everyone's concerned. It's so refreshing to hear you say that you just wanted to act.
Yeah,
There's a certain energy I find in the industry today where creatives, actors, musicians, writers, they don't just get to do the craft. They have to be celebrities and they have to be performing their lives on social media and they have to have the endorsement deals to go along with the work that they're doing. It feels like a lot of what the industry is asking of actors today is more than just acting.
oh,
Do you
very
feel that?
much so, very much
Yeah.
so. And when a film opens, I mean, you spend a lot of time, excuse me, a lot of time, you know, doing press, doing
It's a
the
longer press tour,
publicity.
it
Oh
feels
yeah,
like.
I mean, we had it with Thelma, and we were having it with this
Yeah.
too.
How do you like doing that stuff? That part of
I
the job?
don't mind it. I
Okay.
mean, I love today.
Okay. Good to hear you say
Yeah.
that.
No, I don't.
Yeah.
I really do enjoy a lot of it.
Yeah.
I just get tired,
Oh, I get that.
you know, because I also say, of course I can do that.
Uh-huh.
I'll do that. Sure, I'll do. And I just
Mhm.
keep going.
Yeah.
And I sometimes don't judge too well. So,
Yeah, I get it.
yeah.
I get it. You know, so this movie this year, the action movie last year, um, I don't know that the industry was making roles, leading roles for people your age, men or women your age, 20 or 30 years ago.
No, they weren't.
What changed?
I don't think they were even 5 to 10 years ago.
What changed? Or is it just the
I
magic of June
think,
Squibb?
and I do really honestly believe that our population, our people, are very interested in aging now because we are an aging population. The whole world
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
And it's something that it's being written about, it's being filmed. I mean, I just think it's because we know that so many of us are going to end up in this age group.
Oh,
And
yeah.
we're going to be living a long time.
Living
in it.
longer.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you know, as a country, we're not just getting older collectively. Older folks are working longer.
Yes,
Living
yes.
more robust lives longer.
Yeah.
So it only makes sense that more film
Yeah.
would speak to that
And
season
I
of life.
just think people are interested now.
Yeah.
Before they weren't. I don't think,
Mm.
I mean, people were gone in their 80s most of the time, and
Mhm.
now that's almost young. It
Yeah.
really is.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, then, okay, hypothetical. June Squibb gets an unlimited budget to make the film of her choosing, but it has to be about aging. What movie do you make?
Well, I keep saying I haven't done a Western.
Wow.
And I want to do a Western.
I want
Now,
you to
I
do
can
a
make it-
Western.
you know, the horse thing might be a problem. But I think, the bar owner, the bordello owner, something like
yeah.
that.
Okay.
And certainly she could be older.
Yeah.
There's no doubt that she could be older.
I love that. I would watch that movie.
Oh, good.
I would watch that movie. In previous interviews discussing this movie, Eleanor the Great, which deals with the Holocaust, you talked about some of your personal memories of the
Mm.
Holocaust. Do you remember your first memory of it?
I do in terms of it was Life magazine.
Really?
Yeah. During the war, the Second World War,
How old
we
were you at that time?
I think I was around 9 or 10,
Okay.
something like that,
Okay.
when it started.
Yeah.
And my father was in the Navy in
Mm.
the Second World War,
Where was
and
he stationed? Where'd they send him?
Pacific, and he
Wow.
was under bombardment almost the
Oh
whole
my
time they were
goodness.
out
Oh my
there.
goodness. Yeah.
And but I can remember my knowledge because he never talked that much about it.
Mm-hmm.
But my knowledge from both the German war and the Japanese war was from Life and Look and the magazines that
Mm.
we had at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And they were open to me. I mean, I looked at them
Yeah.
all the time.
Yeah.
And that's when I first saw horrific pictures
Mm-hmm.
on both the Japanese and the German
Yeah.
wars.
Yeah.
And but the camps, I can remember still seeing that in the Life magazine.
Really? At 9 years old?
Yeah.
That's wild. That's wild.
Yeah.
So then when you get this role to end up portraying a Holocaust
Mm-hmm.
survivor, what did you channel or who did you channel to really inhabit that part of the role? Were you relying on other people you knew, other histories that you had
No,
consumed?
I've read an awful lot
Yeah.
about this period.
Yeah.
It was a period that for some reason I've always been interested in,
Mhm.
the pre-war and the war,
Mm-hmm.
the Second War. Maybe because I grew up
Yeah.
with that.
Yeah.
And I think my knowledge would be more from just all the reading I've done of
Okay.
it.
Yeah. 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 Well, and I found this out when I was researching you for this interview. You ended up in adulthood converting to Judaism.
Hmm.
Yeah. When was that?
That was in Cleveland. I was at the Cleveland Playhouse,
Mm-hmm.
and I was going to be married.
Mm-hmm.
And my husband was Jewish, and he did not demand it. I mean, it
Okay.
wasn't something I had to do. I
Mm-hmm.
decided this is something I wanted to do.
Yeah.
And there was a temple near the theater, and it was a reform, and there was a young rabbi there
Uh-huh.
who I became very close to because I would go see him every afternoon for a few hours.
Just hang out.
And we talked, and
Yeah.
he was teaching me the religion, the laws, the rules, why, everything.
Yeah.
And so I had a great time.
You made a
It was
friend.
not, a job at all. It was great.
Mm.
And my husband laughingly said when this same rabbi married us,
Mm-hmm.
and he said he was marrying you. He wasn't marrying me because he and I knew each other
Yeah.
so well by then,
Yeah. I love that.
So it was a great experience for
Yeah.
me. It really was.
Yeah. Yeah. As much as your new film is about lying and how lying affects the person who lies and the people around them,
Hmm.
it's also a meditation on grief. Your character early on in the film loses her best friend, and
Hmm.
there's this really poignant storytelling around that and that friendship. I'm wondering, when you do a movie like this that deals with grief so much, did it teach you anything about grief or make you in any way look at grief differently by taking on the role?
No, but I don't think it surprised me
Say
either. I
more.
mean, I think it was like, yeah, of course, that's. And I remember them making the statements in the film, it's about grief or this is grief. And that made sense to me,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't think I took anything from it. I think I brought to it what my knowledge of grief is.
What is your knowledge of grief?
Well, I've lost people, certainly, at
Yeah.
my age, I would have. And I've lost, I lost my husband.
Mm-hmm.
And I always feel that when you say lost, like they've wandered off somewhere. No, he died.
He died.
But, and I'm really good friends through
Yeah.
the years I've
Yeah.
lost. So my mother and father.
Yeah.
I always think of grief as death. You've lost someone. They really are gone,
Yeah.
and you're not going to see them
Yeah.
again,
Yeah. What is June Squibb's unifying theory of getting through grief?
I'm very stoic.
Mm.
I really am.
Mm.
And I just sort of, I think I have an immediate reaction to it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's probably different, various way, sometimes huge, sometimes
Mm-hmm.
not so huge. But I have an immediate reaction to it. And then I kind of just live with it. And I remember too when my husband died, I have a son
Yeah.
he was the father of my son,
Mm-hmm.
and my son was distraught, and we knew it was going to happen,
Yeah.
and I was figuring out, I was telling him a day later the news. I mean, I never told him what was really happening. I
Yeah.
told him what had happened the day before.
You told him that. Okay.
So
Yeah.
I was lying in that respect too, because he thought I was telling him what was happening to his dad that day. But I was
The next day.
because it was too hard.
So he didn't get the news of his father's death till a day later.
Well, no, he
Okay.
got it,
Okay.
and he knew by then,
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
this was inevitable.
Yeah.
But so I think I try to help other people in
Mm.
grief like
Yeah.
that. I mean, I will never forget that.
Yeah.
Just this sort of thing. Figure out what was the yesterday's.
Uh-huh.
What was happening
Yeah.
yesterday.
I lost my mother about 2 years ago, a little over 2 years ago, and I found that, when someone in the family dies, that first week or two, just getting them buried, getting them in the ground, you're
there's
working.
so much to work.
You
Yes,
power through.
yes.
And then I found that, like, the grief over her death didn't really hit me like a wave for like a month.
Yeah.
And then I think the thing is, like, not being mad at yourself for whenever the grief hits you hard.
Yeah.
Because it'll come differently for different people at different
yes,
times. It'll
yes.
resurface in different moments. Yeah.
Yeah. But I think that month thing is true because all at once I would be hit by it,
Mm. What did it feel like when you got hit by it?
Well, I mean, just like that almost. I
Yeah.
mean, like the realization they're gone,
Yeah. Or like the urge to call them, and you can't.
Yes, and you can't.
Yeah. I would do this thing for my dad and my mother too. I would just, like, when I really missed them in the first few months of grief, I would just pretend in my head that I was
you were
talking to
talking
them.
to them.
I sure
Oh,
did.
that's what I talked to my husband. He was an acting teacher.
Really?
And he taught me how to work, really.
Okay.
I mean, without him, I don't think I would have this career.
Okay.
And when after he died, every time I worked, I would be talking.
Yeah. What would you say? I'm very
I
curious.
would say, Charlie, I'm not sure about this, and do you think I could really do this? And he never said much back. But anyway, no, I mean, I think you do.
Yeah.
You reach out to them again,
Yeah.
and I still reach out to. It's been about 20 years. I can't even remember
Yeah.
how long it's been since he died,
Yeah.
but I still reach out.
When you reach out, what do you say?
I just, again, I'm always asking for help, and it's usually a film, like, what do I do? Charlie, do you think I could do this?
What do you think he would say if he were still here?
Oh, he would say, of course you can. Of course you can.
I love to, when I'm just having like a funny moment in my day, I'd be like, oh my God, Mom, I wish you were here because she'd be laughing louder than
Yeah,
me.
yeah.
She was a class clown. So I don't miss advice from her because I got enough of that while she was here. But I miss her laugh. I
Yeah,
miss her laugh.
yeah.
What do you miss most
The
about your
fun.
husband? The fun.
Yeah.
What do you miss most about your husband?
Just he was a biggish man, not
Yeah.
too tall, but big.
Yeah.
And I just miss the feeling of having him stand there, or
Yeah.
sitting there next to
Uh-huh.
me. It's a physical thing.
Oh,
I
it
think,
definitely
yeah.
is. It definitely is. So you're married to an acting teacher as an actress for what, some 30 years?
39, I think it was.
Is that really easy or really hard?
Well, for me, it was great because I was doing musical theater when I
Mhm.
met him, and I was successful. I mean,
Yeah.
I could have kept on doing musicals. And he kept telling me after we met and we were going together that I could become a really fine actress if I just knew what I was doing.
Did you believe him?
Yeah, sure. I mean, he was a brilliant acting teacher. He
Yeah.
really was.
Yeah.
And so I started working with him
Mm-hmm.
and started going. We got married.
Yeah.
And we moved to. He was teaching at Bard College. We lived there
Mm-hmm.
for a little while. Then moved back to New York, and he started doing his own classes in
Yeah.
New York.
Yeah.
And I went into them, and it was
You went to
awful.
your husband's acting
Yes,
classes.
and
Wow.
I was screaming and yelling and crying. I can't do this. I can't. He'd say, "Yes, you can. You're gonna do it." So, and the class laughing,
At
thinking,
you.
yeah, Charlie and I going at each other in the middle of the class.
Yeah.
So it took some doing, but
Okay.
it finally worked.
Yeah.
And yeah,
The
I
rest is
mean,
history.
it just made a huge difference
Yeah.
in my life.
So you end up not getting your first Oscar nomination until what, 2014, 13?
Yeah, 13. I
For
think it was.
Nebraska,
Yeah.
a movie I
Mhm.
loved. What did it feel like in your 80s to have that moment, to be an Oscar nominee?
Well, it felt very exciting. I
Yeah.
mean,
Did you expect it?
I did after it sort of started.
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't before.
Mm.
But I'll say this: we did know that it was a very special movie. Even
Mhm.
the crew knew this.
It was a beautiful movie.
Yeah.
It was and it was all black and white, correct?
Yeah.
It was a gorgeous film.
Yeah.
It's a gorgeous film.
But everybody even verbally said, "Oh, this is special. This is different. This
Really?
is,
Yeah.
What
would your Oscar acceptance speech have been had you
Oh
won?
God.
You can give it here now.
Oh, I don't know. I'm so glad to be here. God knows. I don't know. I guess just thanking. Alexander. I had done
Alexander
2 films.
Payne.
Yeah, I had
Yeah.
done 2 films with him,
Mm-hmm.
and we still are close. We talk,
Yeah.
and so I would certainly have to thank him.
Yeah.
And I think the first film I did with him, which was about Schmidt, made a difference in my career. Not the difference the Academy nomination did, but it made a difference in Hollywood, I think, as they saw me.
Yeah. Do you find yourself the only actor of your caliber and your age getting these roles, or is there like a motley crew of other actors your age who are leaning into
think-
roles at this
I
age? I'm
think
trying to think.
I know Ellen Burstyn is
Oh,
still
yeah.
working. I think I'm a year or so older than she is,
Mhm.
but I don't know. There aren't that many, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Ellen is one of, and I think Lois Smith is still
Right.
working in New York, and
Mhm.
she does film.
Yeah. Do you all stay in touch? I would
No.
love to imagine
Uh-uh.
like a group chat of all
No,
of you just texting
no,
all the
we
time.
don't. I worked with Ellen
Yeah?
in a play,
Which play?
Sacrilege.
Okay.
She was starring in it, and I was understudying.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But so we know each other, and we did a mom together.
Okay.
We were both
Yeah.
on Mom same time.
Yeah. What was the hardest part of transitioning from stage to screen, or was it hard?
I didn't find it hard.
Yeah. Yeah.
The physical thing of so many wires, I will never forget that. That on Atlas, for some reason, really, I was just sort of like this all the time, watching, my
Yeah.
feet, where I was going.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's very different from the stage, because you don't have all that.
Are you doing? Does the acting physically get smaller on the screen? Because I
Yes.
imagine for stage,
Yes.
you're blaring to the back of the
You're
house,
projecting.
and you're moving for
Except
the back of the
I
house.
have been known to be too loud on stage. So
Really?
yeah. So you
That's
have
surprising
to temper
me.
it. Yeah.
What? Wait, June Squibb's too loud on stage.
Well, I went into waitress
Mm-hmm.
about, I think it was 2019,
Mhm.
2018,
Mm-hmm.
and I played for 8 weeks.
Yeah.
And when I opened, now I didn't get to to rehearse with everybody. So
Mhm.
they I rehearsed it all here, then they put me right into the show.
Yeah.
So I was a little like this, and some friends of mine were there,
Uh-huh.
and they said, "Why were you yelling so?" And I said, "Oh, No, they told me to be sure that people could hear because I think they thought, well, she's from film, so they won't be
Yeah.
able to hear her.
Yeah.
And I do have a very strong voice.
A beautiful voice.
Well, but you can hear it.
Yeah.
so I tempered it
Okay.
after that with
Okay.
waitress because my friend, why are you yelling at us?
Do people ask you for advice on acting? You've been doing it for a while now.
Oh, yes, but I hesitate to give anyone advice on
Why?
acting. I think it's a very personal thing, and I think you learn the best actors, and the best way to go at it is to learn what's best for you
Mm.
to work,
Mm.
because there are different ways of working,
Yeah.
and I work a certain way.
What's
and
your way?
Well, I don't know. It's basically my husband was trained at the studio in the method
acting.
method
Oh, that's
acting.
intense.
Yeah,
That's
it
where you're
is.
like
Yeah,
you absorb yourself in the role and you like take on the mind of the character.
yeah, and then you can just forget everything.
Mm.
You just absolutely. I never plan anything. I do not know what I'm going to do.
Say more.
Yeah, no,
Explain this
really.
to me.
Well, that's you. If you know enough about the script,
Mm-hmm.
and if you know enough about who you are in
Mm-hmm.
it, and you just go and just react to what's being given you by
Yeah.
the other actors.
I know you say that you would never give acting advice, but that sounds like some pretty good acting advice.
Well, it's how
Yeah.
he trained me. This husband trained me.
Yeah, this husband, I love it. Yeah. What movie role let you know that you were really good at it? Was it the first one? Was it a later one? When were you like,
You
oh,
know,
I'm
it
a
was
good
in
movie
and
actress?
out.
In and out.
out, yeah.
Yeah.
And that was Frank Oz directing
Okay.
and Scott Rudin producing.
Mm-hmm.
And we had shot most of it. We shot a lot. We shot about 6 months of that thing.
Oh wow.
And then they came back one day, and we were reshooting something, and they both came to me and said, we've been testing the film.
Mm.
And June, you get the biggest laugh in the film.
Yeah.
And I was like, you can't. I mean, there was a place that Kevin Kline and Tom Selleck kiss each other.
Yeah.
And they thought, oh, that's going to get. And they said, that didn't get as big a laugh as you did with your. I had a line, my husband has 3 testicles. And isn't that awful or something like that? No, and I was just one of the family, but I loved doing it.
I remember
And
that movie.
And I had some other nice little moments in it. And I loved working with Frank.
Yeah.
And but when they came to me and said that, wow. I mean, And so I think that I all at once thought then, well, maybe I can do this,
I'd say you can. I'd say
Yeah.
you can. What's next for you? I'm guessing and I'm hoping that this movie is not your last.
I hope so too.
Okay.
I'm going to New York to do a Broadway show,
Which show?
a Marjorie Prime.
What's that one about?
It's about holograms, and it's
Okay.
AI, really,
Okay.
basically. It was done about 10 years ago,
Mm-hmm.
and it was done out here at the Mark Taper and in New York at Playwrights Horizons. And Second Stage is reviving it, and they now have the Helen Hayes Theater on Broadway.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a short.
Yeah.
I think I'm there from October till about the middle of February.
Okay. I'll have to get out there and see you.
Oh, I would love it if you did.
Oh my goodness, I'd love it too.
Yeah.
I'd love it too. I want to ask you a question about a story you told on another podcast recently. Someone asked you about auditions you've done and your favorite auditions or worst auditions, and I believe you were telling them about the time that for an audition you came in and sang Battle Hymn of the Republic.
Yes.
How'd that happen? And tell me everything that happened there, because that sounds like an
Oh,
interesting
God.
audition.
One of my worst auditions. The director was a director I had worked with, 4 or 5 shows.
Mm-hmm.
And he came to me or called me or said, June, I want you to do my new show. And he said, as far as I'm concerned, you're doing it. He said, but the producers want to hear you sing.
Mm-hmm.
So I said, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now, he expected me to come in with my up-tempo and my ballad,
Yeah.
what they did for
Yeah.
auditions all the time. And I would get so like, oh, I want to try that. I want to try that. For some reason, I
Mm-hmm.
have no idea why,
Mm-hmm.
I decided to sing the Battle Hymn of the Republic.
What kind of production was it that you were trying out for?
I think it was a period musical.
Mm-hmm.
And it was at either a regional theater or it was a smaller theater.
Mm-hmm.
But I have no idea why. And I didn't face the people. I faced to the side and up.
Why?
I don't know. All I could figure out, I was looking for God somewhere up there, Battle Hymn of the Republic. And I sang it.
Mm-hmm.
And I walked off, and
Mm-hmm.
he came running out after me. So, what in the hell were you doing? And I said, I was doing my audition. He said, well, that's it, or something, and then walked away. And I didn't get
You
the
didn't get the
job.
part.
He called me up and said, well, they thought you were nuts. I mean, the Battle Hymn.
That's very interesting. Did you just like that song?
Well, I don't know that I even liked it that well, but I would get in periods where I would, I guess, get bored auditioning. I don't know, and decide, well, I'll change it up, and I'll change the number, because that made a huge difference. What number you did, it really did.
I'm sure. I know that people listening to us right now would love to hear some of your wisdom on just navigating Hollywood and the entertainment industry for so long. And I'm curious, just for you professionally, as you've kept at this, what has gotten easier and what has gotten harder by being in this industry so long?
Well, I think it's all gotten easier for
Really?
me. Yeah.
Huh.
I think that just walking on a set, the
Mhm.
first day on a set is pretty scary. It
Really?
really is.
Even for June Squibb?
Even for June Squibb. And people say that to me. They say, oh, you don't get... yes, I do.
Really?
You don't know what to expect.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you might have met the people. Sometimes you've never even met your director before.
Yeah.
And you're walking on, and it is frightening, really.
Yeah. So you still get that feeling?
I still, yeah.
Even with Scarlett Johansson?
Even with Scarlett Johansson. She still gets that feeling. Yes.
Really?
We were talking about it. She said she could be nervous, going on a film set.
How do you get through your nerves?
You just go.
Just go.
Yeah.
Let's just go.
You just don't let them stop
Yeah.
you, that's all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you say a lot of it's gotten easier as you've kept doing it.
I think,
Has anything gotten harder?
What's gotten harder?
Has anything gotten harder?
I just think physicality.
Yeah.
As you get older, you are limited physically.
Yeah.
And things can be figured out
Mm-hmm.
so that you can basically do an awful lot, or what you need to do. But you are limited.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what I love about your career is that the limitation becomes part of the creative endeavor. I loved Thelma so much, this action film in which you're the lead, because you in your 90s are the lead of the action film, and you do the action by riding in a scooter. You don't like...
And I did those bed rolls.
Yeah. And so nothing about your physicality or your age kept you from literally doing an action film.
Yeah.
Was there any fear about taking on that role? Because it was...
No.
Yeah.
And in fact, the producers had planned for me not to do. They were very worried about me riding the scooter at all.
And we should say here, so the big premise of this movie is someone scams you, and you're trying to get them back for scamming you.
Yeah.
And a lot of that involves you chasing people down in a scooter. Yeah. So they didn't want that at first.
No, and I said, I think I can do the scooter.
Yeah.
And so they brought the scooter over, and we to my apartment complex, and we have a little road around, and I rode it around there with the stunt coordinator running along
Stop
beside me.
it.
And so we came back. He said, "I think she could do it." So that was also, and then the bedrolls, they just thought, "Oh no, she'll never do this." And I said, "I think I could do those."
Yeah,
And I did.
you did.
Yeah.
I love the visual of June Squibb in a scooter in her apartment complex being chased by the stunt coordinator.
It was pretty funny.
I
Yes,
bet.
it
I
was.
bet. I bet. Can we get one more action film from you? I would like another one.
Well, I would love it. I don't know why. Like for Eleanor, I used my cane, and that I came in and I told Scarlett, I don't have to use the cane, or I can use the cane. She said, "Walk without your cane." I walked. She said, "Use your cane."
Good
So
call,
we
Scarlett.
immediately
Yeah,
agreed
you
on
got
that.
it.
Yeah,
You got it. Yeah.
yeah.
I know you said that you don't like to give advice for acting, but I'm wondering, in your career that spanned decades, what is the worst piece of advice that you've ever received? The worst piece.
That I had to change something basic about myself.
Like what?
Uh, well, I don't think anything physical, but my way of working, what I sang, how I did this, how I did that. And I think that you find your own way, and I think that can be very destructive to young actors
Yeah.
to be told too much.
To be told to change too
Yeah.
much.
Yeah.
How would you push back on people asking you to change? Was there a way that you
I
said
just
no?
didn't change. Simple as that. I feel, and it's taken me a long time,
Yeah.
but I feel I've always done what I felt was right for me in terms of the work. you
Yeah.
know. And I was, a lot of people tried to steer me certain ways, or I remember being told, because I was doing comedy in New York, and I was being told, somebody once said to me, "Oh, you're much too pretty to be a comedian. You'll never be funny."
Are you serious?
I'm serious. I'm serious.
Wow.
And now I could have gone and tried to drag myself, down, but
Yeah.
I didn't. I thought, "Nah, you're nuts. I'm not listening to you."
Yeah. And it worked out.
Yeah.
It worked out.
I think it always does. Now it takes sometimes a long time, because sometimes you're also bucking a whole industry, the way an industry feels.
Yeah. Do you think it is? Do you think that women coming up now in this industry are getting less of that pushback that you received back then?
Yeah, because I think now we're much more interested in all kinds of people as the age thing. I mean, that's a part of it. And I think how people look. I think we've had wonderful actors, wonderful stars who do not look the way,
Yeah.
people think they should have.
Yeah.
And probably when they started out, they had trouble with that too.
Yeah. 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 Okay. So it is moving in a good direction.
Yeah, I think it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's slow. I won't pretend, "Oh boy, everything's great." It isn't. But I think it is happening.
Yeah. Yeah. Your character in this film, Eleanor the Great, by the end of the film, she has to go through a lot to salvage some relationships. If you could talk to Eleanor as she's going through that, or after she's gone through all of that, telling this big lie and dealing with the after effects of it, what would you say to your character, Eleanor?
I guess I would say you tried, and it's not awful, but you screwed up, and, live with it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think she does. I think Eleanor's a great lady.
I kind of like Eleanor.
Yeah,
I mean,
I
at
do
no
too.
point in this movie am I not rooting for her,
Yeah,
even when she's doing the wrong thing.
yeah,
And that's a testament to your skill as an actress. I'm just like, yeah, I'm rooting for that character.
Yeah.
I don't care what she does.
and I feel that. I
Yeah.
felt that from reading it
Yeah.
even, like, Well, I see what she's done, but I really like
I
her.
really like her.
Yeah,
I really
I
like
really
her.
want to do this.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I've held you for long enough, but I do, I have to ask you. So many times when I'm able to talk to creatives, actors, directors, writers, we talk about Hollywood, we talk about their projects, but I always find that our audience loves the most when those creatives can share a bit of life advice, just advice on how to live a good life.
Hmm.
And I feel like very few people are more qualified to answer that question than you. You were taking on leading film roles and going to film festivals in your 90s. You're hanging out with me in this studio. You're thriving, and you're really fun to hang out with. So tell me in our audience, what's the secret?
Well, I think one secret is socialization. I mean,
Mm,
and I can attest to what a wonderful feeling it is to sit alone quietly in a room
yeah.
as you get older,
Mm-hmm.
And I think that we have to make ourselves. I don't have to make myself because of my career,
Mm-hmm.
but I think you have to. There are community centers, just going anywhere and
Yeah.
talking to people and being with people.
Yeah.
I just think that because there's nothing worse than if you feel lonely and if you're alone all the time.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think that stunts us
It
in
does.
so many
Yeah.
ways.
Someone told me years ago, and I always believed it. They said, no matter what anyone tells you, all human beings are pack animals.
Yeah.
We want to be in a pack.
Hmm.
We exist at our best in community. And I think what we all have to push against, regardless of how old we are, is the ways in which modern life has made it very easy to be alone.
Yes.
You can
Yes.
have your food sent to your house.
Yeah.
You can watch anything you want on your TV screen. A lot of folks can work from home all the time. It's very possible to live in isolation and
Hmm.
be told that that is the optimal way to live. You have to
Hmm.
push against it.
I think you do.
Does it
And
get hard for you to push against it?
no, because I'm
You're
so
on sets.
busy. Yeah.
You
I
are
am
moving and
busy
grooving.
all the time,
Yeah.
and I have friends, who I can't even see half
Yeah.
the time
Yeah.
if they want to.
Yeah. It's good
So
advice.
no, but I do feel that I think that has helped me,
Yeah.
in terms of keeping going.
Yeah. I think I read somewhere you're still very physically active.
I do
I read that
Pilates once a
you do
week.
Pilates?
Yes.
Miss Squibb, let me tell you, I tried Pilates once and I said never again.
Oh,
It's
really?
very hard.
I tried it years and years and
You do
years
it with
ago,
the
and
yeah,
it
do you
didn't.
do the
I
reformer and all
felt,
that?
yeah,
Wow.
but I didn't stay then.
Okay.
But somebody told me, well, about 3 years ago, that Pilates would be good for me now,
Okay.
and we found a wonderful, what do you call it? Studio.
Yeah.
And my assistant and I both go, and we have private trainers,
Really?
and we go once a week for an hour.
Do you get on the reformer?
Yes.
Stop.
Yeah.
You're braver than me. I tell you what, I'm not kidding you. I did one
One
session of
day,
Pilates,
one
and I
session.
run, I do yoga. I'm very active. Pilates scares me.
Well, then, but you're getting it other
Yeah.
ways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I also read that you swim.
Oh, yes. I swam an hour a day when I first moved out to California.
Really?
No.
I love that.
No, I do. I love swimming.
Yeah.
I don't swim as much anymore, but I could.
Yeah.
It's just time more than anything else.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, listen, this has been truly an honor and a high point. I kid you not, I don't get stage fright. I got stage fright for this one. But you were so kind and open with your
Thank
time.
you.
The movie is delightful. We are also glad to have had you here. Is there anything else you want to get off your chest before I let you go?
No, I don't think I just, gosh, I'm having a good time.
Good. Good.
Yeah.
Well, and it's good to see you having a good time because I feel you having a good time and
Yeah.
that positivity is rubbing off on all of us. So we appreciate
Yeah.
it. We
And I've
appreciate it.
loved today. This has been
It's
great.
been really great. Yeah. This one's gonna go in the journal. I'm gonna write about
Oh.
this one. This was delightful. June Squibb, her movie Eleanor the Great is out this fall. Go see it because June is great. Thank you so much.
Thank you
Yeah,
for
yeah.
saying that.
Of course. Oh my goodness.